Alright, hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I'm in the middle of a workout, and yes, if anyone watched my last video where I was talking about getting back to myself again, how I hadn't worked out in like 3 years, and lately I've been feeling like my life has been rebalancing itself, how I feel like I've been like returning to myself again. I've been working out now for like the past, I don't know, like 5-6 months, so yes, feeling much more like myself. But in the middle of this workout, of course, I had a download or a realization, which I always do during my workouts, and that's kind of the point of this video, is this concept of if you don't know what to do with your life. I said this in my last video, not the last one, but the one before that, where I talked about if you don't know which direction to go in, just go in a direction. Just do something, take an action, take any action, whatever it is, because most of the time we get stuck in this zone of like trying to figure out what the right action is, and the truth is there is no right action. If you set an intention, think of it like setting it in a GPS. You put your intention in the GPS, but then you actually need to move the vehicle. You need to drive to get to where you want to go. So if you've ever heard the song like Shut Up and Drive, that's the song that always gets me every time, because she's like, shut up and drive, just drive, right? So if you're confused in life and you don't know what to do, after you've already set all your intentions, there's nothing left to do but drive the vehicle. You've already put in all the pit stops, you've already put in all the time stops. Sorry, I can't even like hear myself with these on. And now you just need to start driving the vehicle, and you will start to hit those time stops. Think of it like the name of life even, or the name of the humans. We are the human race, right? So the whole idea is you're in this race. So if you want to start to get to where you want to go in life, it's just about moving the vehicle, start the engine again, like get the momentum going again. And that's all you need to do. You don't need to have the right action. You just need to start doing something again. Because I also like to think of it, and there was also a video a long time ago, I can't remember which one it was, where David Hawkins talked about this, where he spoke about the concept of us being like a wind-up toy. It's kind of like you wind up in one direction, which is the spiral that everyone talks about. We have this spiral that goes one way, and then eventually it spirals the opposite way. I also like to think of it like those old clocks. My grandparents used to have one that wind up this way and then go the other way. So you need to unwind yourself. You need to unravel, right? You need to let life unfold for you. Because right now, your intention, as I've said in my other videos, is like this rolled up little scroll. It's like an entire lifetime in one moment, in one thought. But now you actually need to live that lifetime in slow motion so you can actually feel like it's happening in front of you, because in your mind, it already happened. But your body now needs to experience it. So your body's like, hey mind, okay, shut up, now it's my turn, right? It just wants to run the race, right? It wants to run the trail that you've created for yourself. You've created the trail, you've created the path. Now all you need to do is follow the path. That's it. And the path is already laid out for you, so you can't mess up. You just need to start moving, and you need to trust that you're going in the right direction. Like, I promise you, I've done the most random things lately, things that make zero sense, but I get like these downloads all of a sudden to make a video in the middle of me doing something random. Like when I don't know what to make a video on, I will just go do random stuff until finally it's just something just clicks with me. Or like if I'm waiting for a response from someone or something like that, I'll just go do stuff. And then all of a sudden I get responses from people, or things in my life start moving again. Like if you feel like your life is slow and nothing's happening, that's because there's no energy, there's no movement. Like you are the engine of your life. So it just means that like you have to get back into motion. And I always say in my videos, emotion is energy in motion, which by the way, I think is so funny, because now I keep seeing people say that everywhere. And I'm like, did I start a trend? Because when I used to say it, no one ever heard of it before. Anyways, I just thought that was interesting. But yeah, so I hope that this helps someone. But like, long story short, just go, just start the engine, do something. And if you are confused, like a lot of times people, I had a comment in my last video where someone said like, well, what about those people that do so much in life and they don't seem to be getting anywhere? And I'm like, those are the people though, there's a balance between a setting of the direction, like setting, like your course, and then traveling the course. So, if you've already set a bunch of intentions a bunch of times, like you don't need to worry. You've already set the path for yourself. Those people that seem to work all their lives and not get anywhere are usually the people that don't ask for more. They don't intend for more. They don't believe that they could have more. So they just keep working towards these kind of pointless goals. Like they're setting intentions, but not ones that they actually want. So you already know how to set intentions. You've already done that for yourself. So now all you need to do is just move. That's it. Move your body, do something, go somewhere. Anything you want to do, anything that moves you, because you are going to be guided in the right direction. And I say this because the craziest things have started to happen in my life now that I've just started to like create momentum and move again. And I said this again in my last video where I talked about my story. my life has gotten consistently better now. Like I'm having, I don't know, just so many more conversations with friends and like so many events and things to do now. And like today I had something happen. I lost a bunch of my makeup when I went to a wedding recently, and I was like so upset about it because it was expensive stuff, and I was like, I don't want to have to replace all this again. Whatever. I was like, I guess I'm gonna have to. Like, that's frustrating. I didn't even intend for anything specific. And what ended up happening is my mom sent me a picture of exactly the 3 makeup products that I lost. Not even like random ones or anything. Like it was like these exact 3 that I was most concerned about. She sent me a photo of them and was like, hey, I randomly found these at our house. Like, I guess you must have left them in like a weird pocket of this other purse. And she's like, I'll bring them over to you or something. And I was like, what the heck? Like that was so perfect. And like, I've just noticed that like everyone around me, like, I don't know, I'm just having so many better experiences ever since I just started doing stuff. Like the most simple thing, I just started doing stuff. And if I ever feel like I'm getting back into that sort of like, I want to say it's almost like depression. If you think about depression, really what it is kind of like you're sort of moving along your life and then all of a sudden you slow down so much that you start to like sink. It's kind of like sinking into quicksand. You know, as a child, they always tell you that quicksand's going to be this big problem growing up, and then it never was. Well, it kind of is in a spiritual sense, because you sort of sink into your life when you're not going anywhere. When you're not doing anything, you sink. And this isn't always bad. Sometimes it's good to have that sort of time where you sink into yourself and you just sit and you rest. That's okay. But at the same time, you don't want to stay there forever, right? Because the longer you stay there, the more you just sort of like sink down. And this is why people talk about getting stuck in a hole, like I said in my last video. You feel like you're drowning in sort of like this hole of yourself. You're like literally falling inwards, sort of you're collapsing inwards. So what you need to do is sort of like bring that back up again and get back to baseline, which is just staying present, doing things in your reality, like just staying in the physical world, basically. And then you won't fall back into that like sort of like that loop again. And it's interesting, as I also said in another TikTok video a long time ago, if you look at the word human, the H is like the straight lines connecting, straight line, and then you have the U, which is like the depression. It's like human, where we sink into ourselves, basically, right? Anyways, I don't know, I'm rambling as usual. Everyone hates when I say rambling, but I go so off topic, sometimes I don't even know with myself, but I hope this video is helpful to you guys. Let me know. I'm also don't know where to stare in this camera. Like, it's on that most awkward angle. I have it on top of 3 weights, balancing on top of this like sand, I don't know, I was gonna say artifact, this sand thing. Now my cat's here, but yeah, hope this is helpful. Let me know. And I'll see you guys in my next video. All right, bye-bye.